So, I hope you're doing well this morning. I wanted to share with you. Good Lord, that's got to be. We got to do something with this. Hang on. That's just a little too bright for me. I don't know. Okay. We'll figure it out. So today, again, conversation. Good morning, everybody. My name's Sean Murphy. For those of you on YouTube, my goal is to help you have more of what you want and less of what you don't. And we're going to work on that. So the idea of time boxing, this conversation of how do we get done what we need to get done in the time we have to get it done. This is a skill that can change your life, right? Let me get some of these morning beverages out of the way so I don't knock something over. Most people wish they had more time. They think their problem is time. Time is neutral. Time doesn't care what you think about it. The real problem is what happens inside your mind when you are getting your day started. It's how your programming starts. It's what you've told yourself about time, right? Because when we wake up without a plan, without an intention, let me make sure that if somebody pops in, I have them, I can see them. Here we go, hang on. All these little traits and tactics and all that stuff. So, so we're not here to talk about being productive. We're here about becoming the kind of person who keeps their word. There's an example of somebody popping in. So here's the idea to hold all the way through. Time blocking, that's the conversation. That's the niche. That's the topic. Time blocking is not about managing time. You can't manage time. Time's going to move whether you're good at it or not. This second just clicked away, that second just clicked away, that second just, you can't manage that. You can't say, hey, hang on, I need more productivity out of you time. No, you've got to become more productive inside of that time. So it's about removing the need to negotiate with yourself all day long. Think about that for just a second. The need to negotiate with yourself. I need to feel better. I need to get my energy going. I need to get my task done. I need to fill in the blank. We are in this constant negotiation. And if you look at your results, here's the hard part. If you look at your results, the challenge is we kind of really suck at negotiating. We really do. If our results are the determination of how well we time block, how well we manage time, all I can tell you is most people, 90% of the population, really struggle with time management because you can't manage it. So you can't even begin to block time. So here's what we're going to do together. By the end of this session, you'll know how to, you'll have a complex understanding of what time blocking actually is and what it isn't. The four types, we're going to talk about the four types of blocks that make it work in real life, the rules that will keep it simple and sustainable, and the idea that you can actually do this with your current understanding. How to handle two big problems. What do you think the two big problems are, right? I don't have enough time. And then the second one, most people use as a great excuse is my days are unpredictable. Well, listen, I use that one quite often. I should say I used to use that one quite often because my days, they're unpredictable if I don't predict them. Oh, there's adjustments. There's things that shift. There's things to become aware of. So you'll leave with a method that you can use starting tonight for tomorrow. right? Jim Rohn used to say, never start your day till it's finished on paper. He would suggest regularly that you plan your day the night before. So here's how we're going to redefine time blocking. Time blocking is not a to-do list. If you think it's a to-do list, thanks for playing. Time blocking is not planning every minute. And time blocking is not perfection. You've heard me say this, and you'll hear me talk about it. Time blocking is an identity tool. Who are you in time? Think about that. Who are you in time? When you are doing a task, are you doing it out of frustration, aggravation? Are you doing it out of joy? Are you doing it out of financial success? Are you doing it out of need? Isn't time allowing you to dictate who you are as an identity? So if you are going to decide, we always talk about becoming. In the Bible, it says on the way to. Dyer says change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Waddle says it's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way. Time blocking is an identity tool, and it means if you decide in advance what your time is for, you can change everything about you. And you put these decisions into a calendar so the day isn't run by impulse, interruptions, or mood. Does that make sense? Time blocking allows you to have an identity, who you plan to be in the next hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours. Here's the simplest way to say it. A to-do list is a wish list. A calendar is a commitment. Jim Rohn used to say, a goal without a deadline or a date is a wish. So, the reason time blocking works isn't willpower. Willpower, most people lack tremendous willpower. They have tremendous willpower, they lack it. Time blocking isn't about willpower, it's about psychology. When you do not time block, your brain has to keep deciding. And what does your brain look for? Somebody type it in the chat. What does your brain look for when it's deciding something? When it has to make a decision about something? What is it going to say? What is it going to say about that thing that it's got to decide about? What's the first thing it's going to look for? The first thing it's going to look for is what? Will this kill me? Yeah, is it safe? And if you're about to go do something you've never done before, if you're about to go do something you've never seen before, never felt before, never experienced before, there's a good chance you're going to have some refusal in your identity, which is why time blocking is a must. Right? When you don't block time, your brain has to keep deciding, what should I do now? What should I do now? Okay, what do I need to do now? Should I go do this or should I go do that? Do I feel like it? How many times have we said, do I feel like it? That constant deciding drains your energy, drains your vision, drains your stamina, drains you. And when you're drained, if you're drained and you have a choice between easy and worth it, what do we choose? We choose easy. Right? We choose easy. So now I'm going to teach you about the 4 blocks. So if you got your notebook out or you want to watch this again, this is on YouTube. For those of you on Zoom, this is under the live section. YouTube, this is under the live section. This will be on my my website, SeanGMurphy.com. So I'm going to teach you about the 4 time blocks that make time blocking actually work. Now, it's not about learning one thing today. You'll learn this. You block time in this order, right? If you learn only one thing today, You have to block time in this order. You've got to block them in this sequence. The first one is immutable blocks, non-negotiables. Just call them non-negotiables. Right? The first block is the immutable block. There is no discussion about it. It is done. It is written in stone. It is going to happen. These are the anchors in your life. They're not the ones up for debate. Right? Examples: sleep, school drop-off time, workouts, key meetings, family connections. These blocks are the first because they stabilize the whole system. So right now, in your notes, if you're listening to this to the replay, if you're live here right now, don't need to time them yet. Don't need to give them, just what's a block that is non-negotiable. You won't, there's no way you will miss this block. And see, when you, all of a sudden there's a free, how many of you are starting to maybe sweat a little bit? You're feeling a little tension in your body. This is what's called neuroencoding. It's why you want somebody like me teaching you this stuff. Because I know what's happening in your body right now. I know what's happening in your brain right now. I know what's happening in your identity right now. I know what's happening in the story you're telling yourself right now. Well, yeah, but I need to know how much time. You're already looking for an excuse. Drop an E in the chat if your brain or body is already looking for an excuse or trying to, or a J, E for excuse, J for justifying, why you may or may not be able to do your workout, why you may or may not be able to do your family time, why you may or may not be able to do, right? Are you already looking to justify your way out of the system? Right? This is the programming. See, we're talking about something that is going to literally allow you, without any arguing, without any fanfare, without any massive reconstruction, you are going to literally rip the identity of your old off of the pages of your awareness and build this new awareness, build this new identity in a day. If you listen to these time blocks and understand the value of them, it didn't ask you to become a better son, a better daughter, a better mom, a better dad, a better brother, a better sister. It didn't ask you to do that. It didn't ask you to be a better leader. It didn't ask you to be a better sponsor. It didn't ask you to be a better enroller. It didn't ask you to be a better follow-upper. The fear of the old identity is that if we focus non-negotiable time on these handful of blocks, you have to get better. It's not a I wonder if, you will get better. So then you've got to ask, where's the fear? Right? Fear. There's the 4 stages Kyle Cease talks about. The fear, the sadness, the new excitement, and the new normal. So right now, fear is showing up. Once you start to implement time blocking for you from now until forever, it becomes a non-negotiable that you will use time blocking. And the first block we're talking about is the non-negotiables. Right now, you're having an argument over the things you want to do, and you are negotiating whether you're going to do them or not. Do you see how your body is constantly in negotiations? So these are the anchors, right? These immutable, these non-negotiable, these are the first ones. When we block these first ones, they stabilize the whole system. They're the foundation, right? Your workout, your time for water, right? Your time for walking. Here's the rule: move every time. If it moves every time something comes up, if it moves every time something comes up, it's not a priority. It's a preference. See, if you say you're going to follow up with people, if you say you're going to go do your social media posting, and you move it, it is no longer a priority. Take your nutritionals, and you move it, you skip it, it's no longer a priority. Your workout, you're walking, and you skip it, it is no longer a priority. If it moves on your calendar, it is a preference. Now, I understand emergencies. Let's not get ridiculous. Well, something happened to a friend of mine, and I had to go to the hospital, and I told him, well, I can't come till I'm done with my walking. I mean, not a bad thing to say. You're not going to be able to fix him at the hospital. I get it. I get it. What I'm saying is that short of a catastrophe or an emergency, if you move any one of these blocks, if you move any of these ideas, these strategies that you know will help you move your business forward, help you move your body forward, help you move your mind, your finances forward, if you move them, they are not a priority, they are a preference. And you will never acquire the success you want, you desire with preferences. They have to become priorities. So that's the non-negotiables. That's blocks number one. Number two is identity blocks, who you're becoming. Think about it. These are examples of your meditation. See, most people, meditation is a luxury. It's not a priority. When you gather the results you know you're capable of, because you can meditate, because you have that time, this is where the growth goes. Most people will never, that's a big statement. Most people will never, the people who struggle, the people who want, most of the people you're about to go prospect, most of the people who are about to use your time, most of the people who want to use my services, this is the first thing I work on them with, is you've got to take time for you. Type in the chat, how many hours a day do world-class successful people, on average, world-class successful people meditate? What's their time block? And usually at one time. Anybody want to type in the chat what their time block is? Yeah, 2 hours. Let me ask you, in the last 30 days, this is kind of me bopping you on the shoulder. I haven't bopped you in the nose yet. Maybe I have. Maybe you feel like I have. I'm only bopping you on the shoulder. I'm like, wake up, Buttercup. 2 hours. You listen to anybody who's created wild success. They have a 2-hour block of time. Not 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes here, 40 minutes there. I don't know if that adds up to 2 hours. I don't think so. I don't think we're there. Maybe 2 hours in one block. The reason you need one block is because it's what they said George Washington said. I don't know if he said this, but he's linked to the phrase, if I got an hour to cut down a tree, I'll spend 45 minutes sharpening my saw. So that every bit of work I do, every bit of activity I do, every bit of effort I put in to my production takes away the noise. These time blocks, these identity, these are number two. First one are non-negotiables, the immutable blocks. Number two is the identity building blocks. These blocks are for the person you're becoming. This is where growth goes. This is the deep work. This is the creating. This is the studying. This is the practicing a skill. How many of you have heard me say, till I'm blue in the face? What you practice in private, you get rewarded for in public. Well, how do I do that? You need to practice in private. Well, I don't have anybody. I need to practice on a prospect. No, I would talk to a hat. I would talk to a chair. I would talk to a lamp. I would talk to yourself in the mirror. What is the skill that you need to practice to go build your business? So, well, I need to do more reaching out. Have you practiced reaching out with yourself? What would you want to hear? What would excite you? Would it be fair to say that in your reaching out, if you started to practice reaching out, the reason you don't feel comfortable practicing what you're about to go do is that it doesn't excite you. It doesn't get your fire all fired up. How's it going to work on them? The fact that they've never heard it before is a little bit exciting for them, yet the authenticity, the authenticness of it isn't there, because if you don't love to practice, why would I want to watch your performance? Oh, snap, that's got to go on a t-shirt. If you don't love to practice, why would I buy a ticket to your performance? Most people schedule maintenance. This is maintenance on you. And they hope growth happens. Maintenance doesn't change you. It maintains. It's right in the world. Maintain. Don't schedule maintenance. Schedule growth. Schedule advancement. Schedule new identity. So here's the rule. If it doesn't get booked, it doesn't get built. Write that down. If it doesn't get booked, it ain't gonna get built. You feeling this? Is this making sense? So that's number 2. So number 1's what? Non-negotiable blocks. Have you written down a couple of non-negotiable blocks? What are some of the blocks we haven't put time or anything into them? You're going to figure that out. Right now, I just want you to have this concept. I want you to understand going in what we're doing here. If it doesn't get blocked, it doesn't get built. So number 2 is the identity blocks. Number 3 is your life admin. What? These are called operational blocks. Operational blocks. Number 3, operational blocks. This is the maintenance of life. See, this is number 3 that you're putting on your calendar the night before. Now you're going to put in block time for how much time you're going to spend on emails, errands. Well, I don't know what errands I have to run tomorrow. Then you better darn well decide today. Because if you don't know what errands you need to run, your life is not a priority. Just saying. So, number 3 is called operational blocks. Operational blocks. These are like emails, admins, follow-up, paperwork, scheduling calls. The key is to contain it, not eliminate it. I check emails from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I get about 1,000 emails a day. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I know. So I have the ability to scan it. Most of it is junk, and unsubscribing takes a lot longer than clicking and deleting. For me, right? So here's the rule. Here's the rule for block number 3. Here's the rule. Batch it. Put it in a batch. Could you imagine you're wanting to make, how many of you have ever, drop a C in the chat if you've ever made cookies or something for your child's Valentine's Day party or something like that. Drop a C in the chat if you've ever made cookies for anybody, right? My point is this, is that if you've ever made cookies, how many cookies do you make at a time? Type that in the chat. How many cookies, if you were going to go make cookies, chocolate chip cookies or banana peanut butter cookies, whatever kind of cookies, how many cookies do you make at a time? 12. Okay, so 12 cookies at a time. Could you imagine average 24? Could you imagine if you made 1 cookie at a time? Would you even like to make cookies? I want you to think about that for just a second. So you batch it. No, well, I'm just going to make cookies. And you make 24, you make 12, you make 48, whatever it is, however big your tray is, however many racks you have in the oven, how much dough you have if you're making it. One very large cookie. Awesome. The challenge is that most people, when they make these batches, they make multiple cookies. You are going through life doing one email at a time, one follow-up at a time, one this at a time, and you are not batching your success. And it is exhausting. Nobody wants to wait around. You don't even want to wait around. So the rule is batch it. Email is not a lifestyle, it's a task. Right? So, what are the 3 blocks so far? Somebody type them in the chat. Non-negotiables. Number 2, identity blocks. And number 3 is the operational blocks. This is the admin section. Those are the 3 blocks so far. Number 4, called white spaces. This is where recovery and integration take place. This is the breathing room. This is the recovery room. This is the integration room. This is the walking, the stillness. This is the play. It's a buffer. People think this is operational. It is not. The white space room, the white space block, it's because you don't schedule recovery. You don't. If you don't schedule recovery, your body schedules it for you. Usually, you want to know how your body reschedules it for you? Some of us will go to an extreme and we'll say, well, we'll get sick, we'll get this. You know how your body reschedules it? Procrastination. Distraction. Burnout. Aggravation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. If you are working on your goal and you are striving to arrive at a destination that is one of your dreams, and you are aware that you are going to learn some new things, do some new things, feel some new ways, the question is, why would you ever get tired? Why would you ever get distracted from the thing you want? Have you ever thought about that? I really want you to let that settle in, sink in, fill in some holes in your awareness right now. If you were working on your dream, if you are in the gold mine of your possibilities, if you are in the gold mine of your thinking, if you are in the gold mine of your doing, and you swing that axe and swing that pick and pick that shovel and you find gold and you're like, yes, yes. Why would you ever get tired from mining your greatness? It's because we don't schedule white space. We don't schedule recovery space. So there's the 4 blocks, right? The non-negotiables, the identity blocks, the admin blocks, and the white space. Those are the 4 blocks. Those are the only 4 things you can put your life into, if you decide that this is going to be a valuable system for you to use. So here's the rules that are going to make it stick. Now I'm going to give you the rules that make time blocking actually usable, even if your life is busy. Day 1 is execution. So today, execution, not redeciding. Rule number 1, rule number 1, rule number 1. The day is for execution, not redeciding. You do your thinking ahead of time. During the day, you follow the plan like a pilot follows a flight path. That's why sometimes when the pilots fly, they go through turbulence. If they can fly around a storm, they'll do it. They'll fly around a storm, but they are not changing their. Could you imagine? Imagine this. You buy a ticket from LA to New York, and the pilot gets a phone call and his sister is in Miami, and he goes, you know what? I'm going to go see my sister. And he takes you and the other 287 passengers to Miami instead of New York. Would you be a little bit disappointed? Now, again, you could say, well, I love Miami. What if one of the biggest meetings you ever scheduled was happening in New York and you missed it? Do you realize that's what's happening with your daily schedule? You're saying, I'm going to New York. I got this plan. I got this deal called life, called success, called my network marketing business, called my small entrepreneurship, called my fill in the blank. Oh, look, Miami. And you head to Miami. Or you don't follow the compass and you wind up getting ready. You're almost out of fuel. And you go, I got to find an airport to land. And you land in Asheville, North Carolina. Is that a plan? Is that really a good plan? You do your thinking ahead of time. During the day, you follow the plan like a pilot follows a flight path because redeciding is where discipline goes to die. You say, I'm going to do this. The reason you fall short, fall on your face, avoid success. Listen, you are avoiding success. And only you are making that choice. Well, yeah, but a whole bunch of other things. No, sorry. Nope. Discipline has died. And it dies because we allow redecision. We allow alternating our schedule. Oh, but an emergency came up. Welcome to white blocks. Welcome to number 4 time blocking, the recovery space. Right? So number 1 is the non-negotiable identity, operational, and white space recovery. Yep, you got it, Shammy. She's on YouTube, and I'm just watching the comments. So if you show up for someone else at 2 o'clock, show up for yourself at 2 o'clock. If you'd show up for someone else at 2 o'clock, show up for yourself at 2 o'clock. If somebody said, hey, listen, I need you, what part of us is saying, I need you, Sean, and you don't show up? The part that's not disciplined, the part that's afraid of success. I know, I went through it. This isn't rocket surgery. So time blocks are appointments with yourself. So rule number one is the day is for execution, not redeciding. Write that down. Here's the rules that make those 4 time blocks work magic for you. Number 1, the day is for execution, not redeciding. Number 2, time block is an appointment with yourself. You know, in network marketing, over the last 24 years, 25 years now, we always say this thing, if your team did what you did today, would they make a check? Another thing that we say is, would you sponsor you? Would you go back to your team and say, hey, I just enrolled this guy, Sean Murphy, and he is a rock star. Based upon results. Not based upon this fictitious identity we talk about ourselves. This fictitious rank that somebody gave us. See, the reason most people don't hit the top rank in their business is because they never show up. They never start at the top rank of their business. They start off saying, I don't know how to do this. I've never done this before. Well, what is it you're actually doing? Building people. I can get why most people suck at this industry, is they don't understand how to build people. They want to build a business. Without ever knowing how to build a business, the only way you build a business is by building people, period, end of story, full stop. And if you're not taking care of you, if you are not building you, you can't teach and help others how to build themselves. So number 1, the day is for deciding, not redeciding. The day is for execution, not redeciding. Number two, it's for setting an appointment with yourself. This isn't about being rigid. It's about creating self-trust. Write that down. Self-trust. Do you, listen carefully, do you trust yourself to complete the tasks necessary to arrive at your goal? I can tell you, for many people listening to this, there's no self-trust. It's why we don't even want to give ourselves a reward, because we're like, this will never last. Number three rule for time blocking: you don't need perfect blocks. You need honest blocks. I know there will be people saying, well, I got to get this right. I got to get this right. And they'll spend a week trying to get the perfect plan. There's a phrase I have in one of my Science of Getting Rich books. I think I just saw it. I'll see if I pull it out tomorrow. I forget who said it, but it goes something to the effect of, there are those who plan perfectly for the world that no longer exists when their plan is complete. Something to that effect. And what it meant to me is that I can plan. And as soon as I get the plan done, it's no longer valid, because that day that I was planning for no longer exists, because life happens. So that's why I have these blocks. Rule number 3, you don't need perfect blocks. You need honest blocks. Blocks don't have to be perfect. They have to be honest. If you consistently underestimate how long things take, you'll keep failing your calendar. Does that make sense? If you consistently keep underestimating how long things take, how long does it take for you to read a book, to sharpen your skill, to take your walk? If you keep taking advantage of failure, failure helps you win. Stop guessing and start learning your real timing. Time blocking is not a morality test. It's feedback. It's feedback. Now, you'll get better, right? Jim Rohn used to say, if you sponsor 3 out of 10 and I sponsor 1 out of 10, I'll beat you. I sponsor 20% more than you, 50%, 100% more than you. Well, how are you ever going to beat me? Because I'll get better. And I won't stop working. Right? You sponsor 3 out of 10, you're done. I'll sponsor 6 out of 100. I'll get better, and I'll sponsor 6 out of 20. I'll get better. I'll get better. Rule number 4. When the day breaks, you don't quit. You block. When your plan goes to hell in a handbasket, when something disrupts your day, you don't throw your plan away. You re-block. If a meeting runs long, you don't say, well, my day's ruined. You say, what block moves and where does it go? So rule number 1, the day is for execution, not redeciding. Number 2, blocks are appointments with yourself. Rule number 3 is you don't need perfect blocks. You need what? Honest blocks. And rule number 4, when the day breaks, you don't quit, you reblock. So here's the 2 biggest objections. Drop a 1 in the chat if this is valuable. If it is, we'll keep going. If not, no worries. Let me know. Okay, good. So you guys like this. All right, good. Just checking. Hey, listen, I'm not here to try to sell you time blocking. I'm just showing you what successful people do and how they use it. So let's address the 2 biggest objections. So how do we pre-handle resistance? This is what I talked to you about when you're in a prospecting conversation. We know we're going to get the time and the money. We have things set up to pre-handle the resistance. We have things set up to pre-handle the protections. Do you realize that when you get distracted, you are protecting your old identity? When you don't follow up with people, you are protecting your poverty level. So objection number one, I don't have time enough. I don't have enough time. Number four is when the day breaks, you don't quit, you reblock. Right? If you get called down to the school and that wasn't on your schedule, Shammy, you reblock. The thing you need to go somewhere. This is why you have the white space. Remember number 4 block, the white space, recovery space. This is what go into that space. So here's the I don't have enough time. Let's handle the biggest objection. I don't have enough time. Time blocking doesn't create time. It reveals truth. Ooh, that's got to go on a t-shirt. Write that down. Time blocking doesn't create time, doesn't manage time. It reveals truth. When you go to block some things out, you're like, that really shouldn't take that long. You'll block out your days of these time blocks, and you'll say, in an 8-hour day, what do I do with the other 6 hours? You'll be surprised. You will be surprised at how much truth in your actions will reveal how much free time you've thrown away that's cost you your success. Sometimes the truth is you've been trying to live 3 lives in one day. Now, when I have these conversations one-on-one, I say, what lies are you living? Not what lives are you living? What lies are you living? So we start with one question, which is why. What's the first block? What's the first block? The immutable block, the non-negotiable. What is the one identity block that matters most right now? Write it down. What's the first thing that pops into your mind? What is the first identity block, the most important, the most valuable identity block that you want right now? If you're struggling, Jim Rohn might say, that's a clue. So you got your block? You got your block? Then we protect that before we protect conveniences. How many of you feel like all of a sudden you've got like lots of you've got a success formula starting to flow through your body?
I do, Sean.
Yeah, it feels kind of different, doesn't it?
It does.
So what's the identity block? What's the most important identity block you want right now? Then we must protect that before we protect conveniences. So let me ask you, scrolling, a convenience or an identity? I'll tell you this, you probably wouldn't be getting upset about scrolling if it was part of your identity. We must protect the one thing before we start to protect conveniences. Here's objection number 2. Here's objection number 2. Here's objection number 2. My days are unpredictable. My life is unpredictable. You want an unpredictable life? I'll switch with you any moment of the day. You want an unpredictable life? Where I have mastermind clients who call with emergencies all the time, who send texts 24 hours a day. It's part of the program. Right? My life's unpredictable. Then we don't listen carefully. Then we don't do, listen carefully. This is you've got to say this out loud. I am choosing to not do fragile scheduling. Ooh, what? Have you ever thought of your planner as fragile scheduling? Here's what we do. Here's what we do. I said do. Here's what we do. We do resilient scheduling. So write those two words down, fragile or resilient. If you were going to work with somebody, if you were going to enroll somebody, would you want them to be fragile or resilient? If you were going to work with somebody, would you want them to be fragile or resilient? What do you think? So what do you think if you enroll somebody, if you were going to go build your business, do they want to stay fragile or learn resilient skills? Drop an F if you're going to teach fragile or an R if you're going to teach resilient. Which are you going to do? So if you're going to teach resilient, isn't it pretty darn important you understand how to become resilient and stop being fragile, right? Fragile. Who remembers what fragile is? Isn't it from the Christmas story? Well, it must be from Italy. It's fragile, the lamp. Yes, that's how my brain works. So we don't do fragile scheduling. We do resilient scheduling. Here's how it works. Here's how. You block a minimum viable version of your day. A minimum viable version of your day. You build in buffers as you begin, as you learn to say no. Do you realize when you time block, do you realize the biggest thing you're going to learn to say is no? No to them. Yes to you. That's the hardest thing, to say yes to you. To take, what are you, being selfish? Yeah, I time block the heck out of my day. So here's how. Here's how you take care of you. You build in a minimum viable version as you begin. You build buffers. And you keep one identity block that stays no matter what, hell or high water. Unpredictable doesn't mean, listen carefully, doesn't mean unplanned. It means adaptive. Write that down. Unpredictable doesn't mean unplanned. It means adaptive. Unpredictable doesn't mean unplanned. It means adaptive. So here's how. Here's how you do this. You block a minimum viable version of your day. Number two, you build in your buffers, your white space. Number three, you keep one anchor, one identity anchor that is hell or high water. I'm going to walk today. I'm going to go to the gym today. Your gym is open 24 hours a day. Your gym is open 24 hours a day, and you were going to go in the morning. You go at 10 o'clock at night. You do not miss your identity anchor, because the second you do, you are living a fragile life, and fragile things in this world get broken very quickly. You want to know who's not fragile? Moms. Oh, they may seem like a wallflower. They are ferocious when it comes to their children. They're non-negotiable. The identity is, I will protect my child. What happens if we translate some of that fierceness to ourselves? Oh, we were told you're being selfish. That's, oh, you're being, why are you, oh, you're just, you're nuts. That's crazy. Why aren't you more like so-and-so? This making sense so far? So here's the next thing. So time blocking isn't a minimum. You set a minimum viable version of your day. You build buffers, and you set an identity anchor, one that is non-negotiable, that will, one, I will walk, I will drink my water, I will do something. This is non-negotiable, Skippy. Unpredictable doesn't mean unplanned. It means adaptive. So, ready for a 10-minute schedule? Drop a 10 in the chat if you'd like to know how to use a 10-minute schedule, 10-minute setup method. Drop a 10 in the chat and I'll share it with you. Okay. Step one, block your immutables for tomorrow. Right now. What are some, you don't need to put them on the time. What are some non-negotiables that you will achieve tomorrow, hell or high water? Right. I have 2 minutes to the top of the hour. By 12 after, we'll have this done. You'll have tomorrow's schedule begun clearly. So what are some non-negotiables for tomorrow? We're early enough, you can make them for today. That's step one. What are they? right? Just write them out. Not what time you're going to do them, not how long they're going to last. What are the non-negotiables you are going to do hell or high water for today? It's early enough. Maybe your day's already scheduled. Make it for tomorrow. Step number two, choose one identity block, one, and place it at the time you're most mentally sharp. When are you at your best? Is it the morning? Is it mid-afternoon? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? When are you your sharpest? Choose one identity block, and do it then. All right? That's step two. Step three, what's one operational block? What's one operational block to contain admin? When are you going to check emails? And you can't check them tomorrow, you may do it today. When you say I'm going to do emails or I'm going to create content, what's the time block you're going to learn? What's the time block you're going to put that in? Don't do it before. You do it then. You have to create these new rules. You have to avoid fragile scheduling and create adaptive, perfect, on point time for you. So what's one admin block that you need to use? See, when you go do these things, you have these 4 blocks. They don't all happen. You don't do all of your identity block in one time frame. You block that out throughout the day. You don't do all of your admin stuff at one time. You'd be nice to. You do it throughout the day, a morning check-in, an afternoon check-in, an evening check-in. You only do it at that time. And then set one white space. Step number 4, set one white space buffer. What's one white space buffer? When would you put that in there? The recovery time, the fix the schedule time, the fill in the overflow or deal with the emergency. Where's that white space that you can put in place to help you create success? So step 1, block your immutables, block your non-negotiables, choose one identity. Step 2, choose one identity and place it where you're most mentally sharp. Number 3, what's one operational block? One operational block that has admin work in it, doing your emails, follow-up, scheduling content, posting stuff. Number 4, at least one white space. There's your 4 blocks. There's your 4 blocks. Now, the most important and final step. Ready? This one changes the way you look at things. And if you look at things differently, the things you look at change. This is a Wallace D. Wattles moment. It ain't about blocking, it's about blocking in a certain way. So name your identity block. Name the identity block with identity language. Don't call it work. Don't call it work. Call it creation. Feel the difference? Ooh, I like that. Did you feel, how many of you went, ooh, that's nice? Dropping it in the chat if your body went, ooh, that's better. This is the power of words. This is the power of signal. This is the power of vibration. This is NES, your neuroenergetic self-sculpting. Don't call it gym, call it training. Don't call it reading, call it study. Because labels shape behavior. Do you know why you get rejected a lot in your business? Because you set meetings. You set appointments. Most people's appointments are with their dentist, their doctor, their lawyer. Who the hell wants to go to an appointment? When you change the label, you change the behavior. How do I know this works? Because we do it with kids. Don't take your medicine. Here, take your fruity punch. We change the labels. So tomorrow, when it's time for that block, don't ask. Don't ask, do I feel like it? Ask, what does a person who keeps their word do now? Write that down. What does a person who keeps their word do now? What does a person who keeps their word do now? That's what you say to yourself when the block shuts out. So now we're going to get into my world. Self-talk, brain talk, body talk. Now, let me give you a simple self-talk pattern that makes time blocking dramatically easier. Drop an ST in the chat if you would like to learn how to make this almost effortless. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many people we got in here? 4 out of 8, 50%. Well, I can send the 4 of you the conversation. Really? See, if you're not participating here, I'm not sure how you're going to participate in your own world. If you're doing something other than this, Jim Rohn would say, that's a clue. I'm sharing with you, giving you one of the most powerful secrets of success. I'm asking you to participate. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have. Isn't that fascinating? Jim Rohn would say, that's a clue. So, for those listening on YouTube, and those of you that said, yes, you want this, I'll share it with you. The other ones may not even hear this. So, before your block begins, before you move into your block, as you're beginning, the block is coming up on your schedule. Here it is 5 minutes after, and you're going to start the block in 5 minutes. You say, this is who I am. I show up. Write that down. You don't have to write that down. This is who I am. I show up. I'd say that to yourself all throughout the day. During the block, while the block is in time, so 5 after, and now the block has started, that's proof. You say this while you're in the block. I'm sorry, just start. Make it ugly. Stay in the motion. Just start. See, some of us, perfection is procrastination. While you're in the block, just start. Make it ugly. Stay in motivation. Stay in motion. Just start. The block has started. Just start. Make it ugly. Make it ugly. Stay in motion. All right. After the block, God, how much is there? There's enough to make it habit. After the block, say, that's proof. I'm the kind of person who follows through. After the block, say, that's proof. I'm the kind of person who follows through. Before the block, this is who I am. I show up. This is who I am. I show up. During the block, just start. Make it ugly. Make it ugly. Ugly. Make it ugly. Stay in motion. Stay in motion. Stay in motion. Make it ugly. Stay in motion. After the block, that's proof. I'm the kind of person that follows through. Time blocking becomes more than scheduling. It becomes identity conditioning. So there's an hour-long conversation. Let me remind you what we learned today, right? I told you what we're going to tell you. Told you. Now I'm going to tell you what I told you, right? So here's the review. Time blocking is not productivity. It's not a productivity trick. It's an identity tool. People say, I need to manage time. You can't manage time. I don't know who you think you are. You ain't God. You can't add 1 more second or take 1 second away from the day. You can only manage your energy and time. And time blocking allows you to manage your energy and time. So A to-do list is a wish list, and a calendar is commitment. So there's 4 layers. What are the 4 kinds of blocks? What are the 4 kinds of blocks? There's the immutable blocks, right? The non-negotiables. There's the identity blocks, number 2. Number 3 is operational blocks, and number 4 is white space. Immutable, non-negotiables. Identity, non-negotiable, identity, operational blocks, and white space. The rule: no deciding during the day. Treat blocks like appointments. If you show up for them, show up for you. Use calendar as feedback. And when the day breaks, meaning when something falls apart, reblock. As you learn how to make it resilient, you learn how to deal with life in the unpredictable moments. And most importantly, you got the 10-minute setup, right? We just went through, what does it take? 10 minutes to set it up. Pick your block, name it, right? What to expect. So here's what I want you to expect going forward. You don't need to quit. If you understand what to expect going forward, you won't quit too early. What do most people say? They got to stay in long enough. I don't want you to quit too early. In the beginning, time blocking will feel uncomfortable. Not because it's wrong, because it removes your favorite escape routes. See, when you're prospecting somebody, what if you were able to say to them, hey, listen, when you decide to get started, remember question number 2, do I have your permission to make you a little bit uncomfortable? The reason I ask that is because question number 3, do I have permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling, is to help you shut off your escape routes from your success. How many of you now realize you've got a handful or 2 handfuls or 2 handfuls and 2 toefuls, 2 feet full of excuses, escape routes you use to avoid your success? You may notice resistance right when an identity block begins. That's normal. That's the edge of growth. So here's your assignment today, tonight. Spend 10 minutes blocking tomorrow using the 4 layers. 10 minutes is your life. Listen, stop scrolling 10 minutes early. Tomorrow, your goal is not perfection. If you're using it for today, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is one win. Protect your identity block. One win, protect your identity block. You're going to the gym, you're going to drink the water, you're going for a walk, you're going to do whatever it is, you're going to do stretching. Protect that identity. This is what somebody who follows through does. So do that for 7 days. Your one identity block. If that's what it, if all else fails and you have to protect one thing, protect your one thing you're going to do in your identity block for the next 7 days, and you'll notice something powerful. You will stop relying on motivation. And you'll start relying on structure. Self-trust will increase because you're proving with evidence. That's what your evidence file is for. It's to prove your self-trust that you'll do what you say you'll do. That, ladies and gentlemen, that you do what you say you're going to do is the whole enchilada, is the whole game, is the whole kit and caboodle. Time blocking isn't about controlling your life. It's about becoming the person that can be, listen, oof. This one may leave a mark. Time blocking isn't about controlling your life. It's about becoming the person you can trust with your life. Dun, dun, dun. You realize that, right? You arriving at your goals one at a time proves you can be trusted with your life.
Bonus.
Yeah, isn't it? Everybody should be saying bonus on that. Should be, should. Don't have to. Become aware of that statement. When you decide that you set your, I need to set boundaries. Yeah, because you want to be able to trust yourself with your life. I want to set goals because you want to trust yourself with your life. Right now, you're not trustworthy with your own life. If you feel like you're behind, if you're waiting on your big break to happen, you cannot be trusted with your life. When would you like to change that? That's a big one. Now imagine, listen carefully. Take a big breath. Everybody take a big breath. Clear your vagus. That was a big one. I get it. I waited to the end. That was a bop in the nose. I love you. You know I love you, right? Take a breath. Remember this. The person you're about to go prospect, who wants better health, who wants more wealth, who wants more vacations, who wants fill in the blank, do you realize you're talking to somebody that you give them the perfect plan, the perfect product, the perfect guarantee, the perfect everything, and they say no? They say no. It's because they are not trustworthy with their own life. And your responsibility, should you choose to accept it, is to help them build the trust in their own life with them and their goals so they can believe. They can build their own evidence file that they can succeed. Isn't that what we do with children? Really, isn't that what we do with children? We allow them, we want them to kind of stumble on their own. What does Jordan Peterson say? I think that's his name. Peterson say, maybe it's Peterson. Jordan Peterson says, we got to allow children to do dangerous things safely, so they can have faith in themselves. That's why we let kids fall when they learn to walk. Our job is to begin to trust ourselves with our own lives. Too many of us are wanting to help other people. I want to take care of them. I just want to help people. What are you teaching? What is your signal teaching them? Don't trust yourself. Let somebody else help you. Johnny, for those of you that have been to the ranch and been to events, Johnny just crowed. Those of you, that's a, you know, if you know, you know. He just crowed again. Hey, Johnny, brother. That's our rooster on the ranch, for those of you that may not know that. And again, he's right outside my door. I don't know if you can even hear him. Probably not. So my point is this. If you tell me your archetype, parent, teacher, corporate, student, and the time you have, I can help tailor a strategy-ready version of the exact timing cues for you. There's a fee for that. Those of you in the mastermind, we should sit down and do that. That's right, all included in your mastermind. So, comments, thoughts. We went a little long. I wanted to create some emphasis. So I see Rudge has got his hand up. Rudge, how can I be of best value to you?
Great day, Sean.
Great day, brother.
You said the time blocking is not a morality test, but a feedback test.
So, yes.
Or can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
So, say it again, because Johnny I heard what you said, but I want to make sure I hear the tone you're saying it. Johnny was a little louder than you. So say it again. Your question.
You said time blocking is not a morality test. It's a feedback test.
Yep. So morality means, are you good? Right? Are you doing good things? Or are you a good person or a bad person? Right? That's what morality means.
Okay.
So are you a good person or a bad person? Let me ask you.
I would like to say good.
Right. I would say you're a good person. So does a calendar really make you a better person? Shouldn't. You see what happens there? Well, if I get that done, I'll be better. No, then you've got some morality issues already. You have an identity issue already. If you're a good person and you just want to get better, the reason you might be struggling is because people around you have told you you don't deserve that. That's not a morality thing. That's a belief thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, a little close to home. So, time blocking is a feedback. If you are not feedbacking yourself, back feeding yourself, getting feedback from your own schedule, aren't you leaking your morality out for you? Aren't you becoming less than who you can become because those around you have told you no? So time blocking isn't a morality test. It's a feedback. And the feedback is am I being the best version of me?
Okay.
See how we just it's the where you were stuck, where the question came from was because you were on this side of the fence. We just moved you to this side of the fence. We moved you from, well, I'm a good person. I want to think I'm a good person. I think you said that.
Yes.
Stop thinking you're a good person.
Okay.
Freaking know it. See, when you get over here and you know it, you'll say no to shit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right now, you don't say no to stuff because I'll take care of them. I'll sacrifice. How's it been working for you? Just ask. Yeah, well. So time blocking allows you to say yes to you and no to them, which means you're going to be self-full. You'll initially, for those of you who struggle, will see it as selfishness. The other day I was raking up some pin oak acorns. They're little tiny acorns. The sheep like to eat them. If they eat too much, the tannin in them can make them sick. Our Shetland sheep are more like goats. They're a little bit hardier than the bred versions. These are authentic heritage, meaning they go back 3,000 years. So I'm raking up some of the acorns. I mean, I'm talking 5, 6, 7 5-gallon bucketfuls of acorns around one tree. And Zorro comes over and Teddy comes over because they're like little puppies. And I sat down and I said no to raking the leaves and the acorns up for about an hour because they came over. Wasn't on my schedule to spend an hour scratching their heads, scratching their bellies, scratching their booties, talking to them, having them paw me, right? You know how a dog nudges you with their head or they put their paw on you? Well, sheep, when they want something, they'll paw you and paw on me, and I think it's cute now. And I spent an hour with them. That was not on my schedule. I had to adjust some things. My identity block is I want my animals to be safe around everybody. Most people, when they, especially rams, the little boys, the rams, they're like, don't get into that pen with them. They'll knock the crap out of you. I want them to play, and they play. I've heard them bang their horns, and I'm like, oh God, somebody just died. And they don't. When you see the rams on TV, those big, whatever, the mountain rams or whatever they call them, it sounds like dynamite going off. Well, this sounds like a firework going off. And it's amazing how they don't die. Yet I can get in the pen, and they'll come over, and they'll nuzzle, and they'll play. Now, you got to be careful. They're still, right? This is the frog and the scorpion. Why did you sting me? I'm a scorpion. It's what I do. I'm a ram. I throw my horns. Gizmo's that way. Yet I'll walk into the pen and Gizmo comes running over to me to get pet. Why? Most people's rams don't do that. Most. Not every, a lot do. My point is that when you have a moment to live your identity, I would encourage you to not miss out on it.
Powerful.
Right? So that's the difference between morality and feedback. Your feedback right now is saying you're not being good enough to others. That's why you asked a morality question. But I'm a good person, not to you. Oh, snap. Bonus. Now, it doesn't mean you got to be bad to other people to be good to you. That's the trap.
Jesus.
Get out of my head. I can't. This is what I do. I know how the brain works. And if you're in that spot, there's only one way out of this. And it's you to defend your old story. I'm not defending your old story. Don't tell me where you've been. Tell me where you're going. Imagine people lining up to be around you. Imagine people asking to get onto your calendar rather than you giving up your life to be on theirs. Dr. Freud to the lobby. Dr. Freud to the lobby. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And if it makes sense, it'll make dollars.
Yes, it will.
I love it.
I love you, Sean. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with yous.
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Wheezy. What a joy to hear your voice.
How are you?
Outstanding.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Time blocking.
Yes, and I was debating whether I should say this. Something has become very revealing to me in this time blocking.
Okay.
And that was white space.
Yeah.
Help me. How? What? It's like, okay, white space. Yeah, I get it. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Well, here's why you don't. Because the part of you that now, the Veritas, who understands the value of white space, is being overshadowed by the person who takes up white space as your entire day and says, well, if I do this, I don't exist anymore. If I stop wasting time, I don't exist. And that person that archetype has a louder voice than Veritas right now. And you need to tell Veritas, white space is recovery time. I choose when I recover. I choose when I take a breath. Do me a favor right now. Take a big breath. Vagus nerve clear. That was white space.
Oh.
You taking care of you. No one else. You
Oh
weren't
my
taking care of
gosh.
me by taking care of you. You were taking care of you so you could take care of me. You
I
don't
get
spend
it.
time taking care of you so you can help others.
I know.
So
Because-
therefore your signal shows up crappy, your vision shows up blurred, and your desire shows up less than authentic. And you wonder why people are like, eh.
Yes. I get it. That was easy.
Right?
It's yes. Oh man. Okay. I go for this Nobel Prize. Someone said recently to me, Louise, you see how simple that is? And I went, yeah. Then why are you complicating it? I'm like, I don't know. This was one of those.
Yep. Remember,
Oh my gosh.
remember Einstein's phrase, right? Everything should be as simple as possible, not simpler.
Exactly.
And
that's a great-
perfectionism is procrastination.
Thank you. Thank you. That pinpointed it. That's good. This is awesome.
Isn't it awesome?
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's timely because I've been kind of doing that, but leaving out the white space, which means I'm not doing it.
Which now means that white space is going to be where the biggest resistance is.
Oh yeah. We can overcome. I show up. I just start, and it might be messy and ugly, but I keep moving.
It's kind of like, could you imagine? You put eggs in. Do you put eggs when you make bread?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so let's say you put eggs in when you make bread in the recipe. It calls for eggs. Imagine having the eggs, and you take the bread out of the oven, and you go, crap, I forgot the eggs. And you try to put the eggs in now. I put the eggs in, and you go to serve the bread, and the eggs are oozing all over the top of it.
Gross.
Right? So, what the hell is this? What's bread? What's that on top of it? Well, I forgot to put the eggs in the beginning, so I put them on in the end. It's not how it works, Skippy.
Yeah.
And that's what happens here. If we don't take time, if we don't take any one of these blocks and we leave it out and we try to squish it in, is going to be putting eggs on top of bread that's already baked, that's flat or whatever the hell is wrong with it because it didn't have the eggs in it. Well, I put the eggs on it. That's what we do with our life. I put the prospecting on it. I gave myself some white time. When? When I sleep. Sleeping is my white time. Doesn't work that way.
I didn't even know there was white time to be had. That was like, okay, that sounds great, but how do I do it?
Well, what is how?
Human.
You become human and allow it. I'm getting a new page. Writing that down.
I am writing that
I know
down.
you are. I heard the pages play. I mean, I heard the pages with force.
Oh boy. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else? This was a big day.
I love you.
Love you too. Anyone else? Big day. Lots of stuff. Anything? Here's what I will encourage you. If you've got a question and you're like, I'll figure it out, you won't. Your old story won't let you. You've got to push yourself out there on the edge of embarrassment, because it's not embarrassment, because if you're wondering it, somebody else probably is, and have the courage to take care of you. That's all I'd say. When I stopped sitting in the back and I'd raise my hand, my life changed. That's all I can tell you. Questions, comments, thoughts. Any last questions, comments, thoughts? This will be on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Shammy's there. I love Shammy. Shammy.
Question, John.
Go ahead, please.
So, is the time block supposed to take 2 hours?
No, the meditate. So the identity block,
Okay.
inside identity block might be walking, might be meditation, might be stretching.
Gotcha.
In the beginning, working yourself up to 2 hours, I would do that in such a way that I would sit for half an hour quietly. No phone, no notebook, just sit quietly and pay attention to your thoughts for half an hour. If you haven't done meditation, don't sit quietly and go, meditation. What do I need to meditate on? This is crazy. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Don't do guided meditation. Don't do voice. Allow just nothingness. If you can sit quietly, don't even put music on, because the brain is going to argue with the music. When you sit and take quiet time, listen, drop a M in the chat if this has ever happened to me, to you. If whenever you went to go sit quietly, you were in a constant battle. You put on music, you're like, oh, what is that? Oh, there's an ocean. And you just got distracted and distracted and distracted and distracted, and you were never with your thoughts. Just become aware of your thoughts and be the reporter. Well, isn't that an interesting thought? Why would I be thinking of my dog going to the bathroom? Why would I be thinking of my goldfish from when I was 4? What the hell is going on? Isn't that fascinating? And if you want, you can just jot those down. Don't go to meditate. Go to become aware. That's all meditation does. Meditation allows you the access to awareness of your highest self. That's all meditation is. It's not to sit quietly or sit in a yoga position or to not think of anything. The thing you want to pay attention to when you go into meditation is your highest version of you exists. The highest version of you isn't out there. It's already in here. And that's why what I do is called personal undevelopment. And that's what meditation does, is it undevelops all of the reality around you to allow the personality and the reality of who you are to show up, which is why most people can't meditate. They are afraid to step into their best version, because now all your excuses go away.
So is this similar to Danny's practice when we did the why am I so aware?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I aware and you continue to ask yourself, okay.
Yep. What am
So-
I aware of? And when you start to ask that, you'll find out that you're right. The body takes in 20 million bits of data per second. We are consciously aware of 30 to 40. Some only 15. And it's the same 15 no matter what happens in their life. Life is no good, right? Rah, 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 rah. So if all of this is aware and we take, and it's not that we're going to try to, when you go into meditation, your brain still takes in the 20 million bits of data. It doesn't stop taking in that because that's how it survives. We are a survival mechanism.
Okay.
What meditation does is it allows you to be safe in that environment so you can finally come up with the new awareness, the thing that you become aware of, the new 20 to 30 new things that are already existing in your life that are right there as close as your skin. The success you want, the path you want, the journey you want is all right there, because to get to your next goal has to start with who you are. Can't start with that version of you. It has to start with who you are.
And this is where the building trust comes in.
And
as
this
well.
is where the building trust comes in, which is why your evidence file exists.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna start with that.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? Does that help?
Significantly.
Cool. Give Granny a big hug for me.
Nana, you want to say hi to Sean? Hi, Sean. What's up, killer? What's up, killer?
What's up, killer? I love you. Good to hear
I
your
love
voice.
I love you more.
Love it, love it, love it.
Thank you, Diane.
Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with yous. My killer. All right, my little eagles. I love you tons. Again, go watch the recording again. It's powerful stuff, and you'll keep getting better and better and better and better at it. I'm your head brain training. Let's block some time and learn to trust ourselves with our own life misfit. I'll see y'all where?
The next
The
event.
next event.
At the next event.
Bye.
Somebody give me some Costa Rica.
Pura
Pura
vida.
Buddha
vida.
Vida, we love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be with
Be
us.
with
Peace
us.
be with us all. And the queen of you blocking and trusting yourself with your life, Jessie Lee Ward.
Bossly.
Bossly.
Bossly, we love you, girl. And a little white fluffy.
Gurgly,
Gurgly,
gurgly, gurgly.
gurgly.
Gurgly. All right, everybody, go have some fun today. We will see you tomorrow morning. Love you tons. Bye for now.
Thank you, family. Thank you,
Thanks,
Sean.
Sean.
You bet.
Love you.